The greatest big box musical fiasco you might have never heard about of Best Buy, the guitar store. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And me, Jonathan.
Now this was funny when Derek brought this up. I didn't really know this was as big a thing as it is.
I had a vague idea, but not the extent of how big a thing.
So Best Buy, I remember when Best Buy, our local one, had some music stuff in it. And there's a few things like guitar strings and a couple like cheap guitars.
Like a Starcaster and like a Maestro,
Maestro, exactly. Maestro Starcaster.
Yeah.
The cheapest of the cheap. But then apparently, back in the glory days of post-2008, they decided to really go hard into having a full-on music retail experience in about 80 of their flagship stores.
Ham. I think they went ham.
They went ham hog wild.
Ham.
I mean, the pictures are amazing. The shops are amazing. It looks exactly like
Guitar Center
in a Best Buy, which we think the only step that would have been funnier was Guitar Center / Best Buy Guitar Store in a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Well,
that would have been better.
That would have been great.
Pillows,
Scents.
candles.
All the scents you can imagine.
No, so they took this was a huge capital investment.
It would have had to been, yeah. I mean, because it looks like they're pretty well stocked in all these places.
Their style was as far as like Reed sort of setting up the shop too,
right.
Sort of cording off an entire section, because Best Buy, some of them are huge. Like the one we have up in Raleigh on Capitol Boulevard near the Crabtree Mall, it's a big one. The one we have here in Southern Pines is not that big. It's still kind of cool. So this happened, let's talk about time-wise first. 2000, the mid-2000s, the 2010 ballpark in that area. But the disaster of 2008, the housing collapse had happened. The beginning of the end of Guitar Center happened there too, like their first sort of, we're gonna go bankrupt this time again, because Bain Capital just came in and bought them.
Hiccup.
They bought, and then they bought them at a high dollar, and then the entire, thing we based our economy on was just ripped out from underneath them, and then bummer.
Cool.
That went nosedive, and they've been swimming out of that hole ever since.
Yeah.
And that's, we're gonna come like 15 years ago.
Right. I mean, God, imagine though a world like an alternate universe where Guitar Center folded and it was replaced by Best Buy, or they merged. Like all the Guitar Centers just now it's Guitar Center and Best Buy. That would be kind of weird.
Yes, but it could have possibly worked. Here, let's talk about why this maybe didn't work first. Obviously, the timing was terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible timing. But also, like having an entire trained music staff of experts to be able to help is entirely different than a staff of people at Best Buy.
True.
That it's like TVs, cell phones, going to the guitars, because most people that work in the guitar stores and shops have to know how to play guitar. So that's one threshold.
I mean, that's true. I mean, yeah, because it looks, there's a whole list with Derek Scott of like lessons and repairs and
they were going
full setups and basic setups.
Like dudes that look like ladies. The price list was hilarious. I mean, we're going through that some too. Like it was cheap. It's like $4.99 for like a string change.
Yeah, there was a simple setup for like $19.99, a full setup for like $39, $29. What's the minor setup? $19.99. Full setup.
Detailing means cleaning it. $19.99.
I'm gonna say with minor electronics, major electronics. Imagine like bringing your guitar or your amp into the Geek Squad, putting in a little desk.
It's not gonna work usually. Yeah, it might. I mean, it was kind of cool.
It could be great.
So they had great pedal arrays. It looks again just like a guitar.
It looks a lot like Guitar Center.
So that's one of the major issues with obviously timing. That's one. Two is staffing. I mean,
they should have. They could have held out until 2020. Just done it in pandemic time. But maybe also, they'd have made it. But
just the spread across the board of close to 80 shops. This is a lot. It's also, now here's where I think number 3, the big one is though, as far as what Best Buy didn't understand going into the guitar game, is the margins and profitability of MI sales, musical instruments. Nothing compared to consumer electronics, or CE as they call it in this strange business. So musical instrument sales margins are thin as a toothpick in some cases, and like a lot of shops survive on their lessons programs. and band and orchestra rental.
Which Best Buy had lessons, 30-minute lessons somewhere.
Yeah, I saw that down the bottom here too.
I don't know how much they were, but looks like they had them.
I'm gonna get there.
But the other thing, man, is
Isn't it
like
pricing that you have to log in and sort of like, and then they'll fill you out.
Do you think there's a scenario like that where there's a music section in a Best Buy, right? Where, because guitar players we're fickle and funny and superstitious and weird. Like, who's gonna go like buy a higher end? Because they got like American Deluxe Telecasters and stuff like that, which is on the higher end side. Like, who's gonna go?
Martin's,
everything, Martin stuff.
No, I think. I mean, honestly, I think timing was one of the killers of this thing. This was at the time of retail collapse of big box retail. I mean, we know Bed Bath & Beyond is pretty much gone. Best Buy is hanging on by a thread. All these, Badcock furniture just like, just cut it, I think, too. You're going to see those shops emptying out. They do. I don't think finding the customer would have been as hard if it would have been done in 2001.
That's probably true. But it's still weird to like imagine you're going in to look for like a cable for your computer, and there's dudes in there playing Stairway to Heaven and
well, they would keep them separate. It's like the smoking section. Of
I'm sure that right.
Like these are the bad boys. Everybody wants to see it. It's like back in the old days. If you're too young, you don't understand. But back when there was like video stores, pre-Blockbuster video, you go in there, there's the videos, and then behind the beads in the back was the no-no videos. That you can't go see those unless your dad takes you back there inappropriately too young, like some parents might have done to their sons with bad haircuts. Sorry. But anyway, moving on.
Strangely
specific.
But
I honestly think like the timing was just off. Like I think like having this, it would have been okay 10 years prior.
I would love to know, like it looks like they were well stocked in the pictures, right?
Yes.
Like after the initial push, did they remain well stocked, or was it like going into a Guitar Center now where it's sort of empty? Like, could you demo things? Were there people there to grab things down for you? I would love to know in the comments, what was this experience like?
Well, because we missed it. I missed this entirely. I didn't even realize this was happening. Like when it was happening, like I just thought there was like, I saw some musical instrument stuff in Walmarts and in Best Buy, but like the low end stuff again, like in Sam's Club, and and BJ's or whatever it is.
Overstock kind of deals.
I've seen those in those big box like. You sign up and you have to be a member or something? Those places too. What is that called?
Sam's, Costco.
Is it called members clubs or something?
Members clubs, sure.
I don't know.
Sure it is.
I don't know what that stuff's called. We're getting one in town here. Like I think it's called BJ's.
Oh yeah.
Which is really funny because like that's a good name.
Like I wonder, do they have a website? Could you buy this stuff online? I mean, I'm guessing you could buy it online.
I think so. Just
on the bestbuy.com website.
Yeah, just the same way. No, and they had. I think it could have worked. Again, at a different time. It was. Because I don't think there's the stigma of like, cause I would go to Best Buy. I love to look at TVs. Just even if I'm not buying them, just, as a man, just browse them, see the new technology of 35K or whatever it is. And then I liked looking at the video games. Back when they had video game sections, you could play it a little bit. I love all that. I like the DVDs back in the day. It was fun to see. Oh, what DVDs are on sale for $5.99? Cool, get some of these.
It's just an odd, like I don't know. It's just intriguing to me. And maybe this was more common at one point, because I was telling Derek when he brought this up, there used to be a little shop called On Cue, which was like generic Best Buy, and they had all that stuff. They had CDs, they had albums.
I remember that as well. That's so funny.
Electronic stuff. But I used to go there when I first started playing and buy the sheet music to like popular songs to get the chords, and then they'd have like a few little Squires or like knockoff something.
Johnny has like the sheet music for November Rain by Guns N' Roses, and it's framed, and because
I do.
Where his teacher like signed it for him and like made corrections. I'm guessing no. Okay, fine, not November Rain.
Not true.
I mean, that's my favorite picture.
That's the best picture.
It's like that's like the Sam Ash look right there. That looks just like Sam Ash. It's like Sam Ash and Guitar Center had a baby.
It does look like that with the stages.
And they're probably it looks like
doing an open mic.
I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks like open mic. It reminds me like
just like our Harris Teeter now.
Yeah, the wine time at Harris Teeter.
So like, can you go on? You can't go on BestBuyNow.com and buy instruments, right? Because you can go on Walmart now and get custom shops. Like they pop up, right? You can buy them through Walmart and stuff online.
Yes.
Third party.
Yeah, but I mean,
no, I think they've sort of thinned out their herd of musical offerings right now. Because who knows what Best Buy has to offer? But it reminds me of that TV show Sliders.
Yeah.
Like alternate realities of what you said earlier. This could have worked.
Well, like I said,
It would
imagine
have-
if that took over and then it kind of put the bullet in Guitar Center or the nail in the coffin of Guitar Center, and then now we've got Best Buys everywhere that are big music.
But that would have maybe been better in some ways, because like they wouldn't be servicing the debt. The only debt would be the guitar department of Best Buy.
Of Best
'Cause, like,
Buy.
I mean, I think Best Buy is struggling now because Amazon obviously just gave that a 1-2.
Would that help them though if they were slightly diversified? Probably not.
It might have.
Probably
Because
not. Maybe.
guitar wise, like we still like going in and like I still go to every guitar store in any town I'm in if I have time.
Me too, and that would scratch some folks' itch of going in to a place like that where they can play a bunch of different models, and especially if they got Fender, they got Martin, and they got Gibson, and they got all the stuff.
No, they had. I think all the manufacturers must have thought this was amazing. Like we have Guitar Center 2.0 opening up right now.
here.
Bam!
Give them stuff.
Corporate bonuses
Hit 'em
out
up.
the wazoo. We got this.
But they got friggin' lighting trusses. They got
I mean-
that's just like the display Guitar Center where you can see all the different
And
lights
that's
you want to
insane
buy.
mash right there too. Like get
Um,
your like whole like recording system set up for $75 or $150, and you got that again. That's
That
the dude
dude
that looks like a lady.
looking all
kinda.
happy.
He looks so happy. I bet he's in Florida.
Yeah,
was
he
like,
sort of looks like
he's
Timothy
A
B.
lot of those
Schmidt.
pictures came from one of the Florida
Yeah,
locations.
that guy's got a Florida vibe. He's just
He does.
happy. He's got suntan.
Very tan.
Yeah.
Very tan.
I mean, it's some good-looking guitars, though. But I honestly think it was a good-looking. It's just cool. Yeah, you can tell this one's Florida's got some Spanish in here too. Instrumentals.
Look at
Picadas.
this picture. Derek, you got to put this picture up. It says create, mix, burn. Remember when you had to burn your
Burn your
whatever.
CD.
Share.
Because I remember
You weren't
buying
able
my
to-
first
yeah.
CD burner, and it was $1,000.
Yeah, dude.
For one CD burner, and it would take 12 minutes to burn the disc or something. You're like, yeah, and then you had a disc. And I remember like that's why we burned all of our merch for our shows at
Yeah.
first when we were like, because like there wasn't CD Baby or whatever it was didn't. I don't know. You could just try different stuff.
And then you get the multi ones that would burn
The
like
tower.
however many at a time.
I just had the one that was a rack mountable one.
Man.
And it's because it was like, this is the best one, the best
Right, right.
technology. So I was like, we're going to get it. We got to have the highest fidelity.
Well, you would go to Best Buy to buy the little towers of CDs, right? Because you had to have all your blank CDs.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
used to
think
do
I
that.
bought mine at Manny's Music up in New York City, but I think that's where I got mine in the audio recording section.
Well, I used to do. I had the little
Purple CD.
Roland or Boss, the thing that was all in one recording, and then it had the burner in there. Would burn you your little mastered copy or the data.
Now, this musical
So-
adventure in Best Buy did not last very long. It was only a few years going.
It's fair. Now I'm sad that I missed it.
It's a sad sort of, it's a sad little chapter that never really got to spread its wings, I feel like.
What if everyone in the comments is like, guys, we all knew about this. We were all going to Best Buy. How did you guys not know?
It was the greatest thing. Because I was living here in North Carolina when this was happening.
But it looks like there were none in North Carolina.
No,
right?
there was zero. in
Florida,
North Carolina.
California.
And that was number
spread
4.
out.
Why it failed. Zero in North
placement.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to represent one of the best states in the union.
it's true. That is true.
Yeah,
There's
North
some truth in
Carolina.
that.
Yeah,
That's
like what most were in like Florida and California,
right. Okay.
which I get a lot of Miami. I think there's 4 in Miami alone,
Weird.
which is kind of shocking to me. But it does look. It just looks just like it. It's got the T-shirt racks. It's got all the guitar, the strap racks.
man.
It's a full-fledged.
It's even the same
Guitar
color
center.
scheme. Is what I find funny.
It's got the
same
guitar
sort of
center
red and white. Yeah.
and same ash color scheming.
But hey,
It's I think they had to look at this really quickly as the economy was sort of. I mean, they launched it at a really tough time. The economy is dragging. Everyone started pivoting into online sales at this point too. Like, not just the majors, but the indies. Sweetwater's sort of coming into its full steam at this point as
Right.
well. Like, they're like, okay, we're not like Musicians Friends, ugly little stepbrother anymore. We are now the predominant online seller in the United States. And then the companies had to look at, Best Buy had to look at just the square footage they're taking up, the margins of sell through. It's just not, it's just not there.
the only thing that I find sort of fun about this, not the only thing, but that would have been neat, is it's neat that it's almost like a full circle back to like the Sears catalog where you can get everything. You imagine if there was
Yes.
a department store where you could go in and,
Gosh.
buy shoes and get some groceries and then go
get a
look at Les
house.
Paul's. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
That
Like,
does
that
sound
would
fun,
kind
though.
of be
Like,
neat, right?
I would love to do that.
And this was a step in that. I mean, I did get in a pinch. This was months ago, and I went to the little music department in our Walmart and bought strings.
Really?
Because I was out of strings and
That's
I had
awesome.
an acoustic gig. And I was like, dang it. So they have D'Addario stuff there.
It's like drive by here, just pick someone.
Yeah, but I live far away. My gig was down there.
Oh, okay, you're that way. Okay. I thought you meant like you're in town.
If I had come here, I would absolutely have done that.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, man, I don't want to drive all the way to Southern
Well,
Pines.
it's kind of like, Belk's. Like you still go to Belk's in a mall, and Belk's still has kind of everything. They still have mattresses.
Imagine if Belk had, oh, look at the telly display. The Belk has their Christmas tellies.
They have
out
the new
with the
PRS
bears on 'em.
NF53s.
Right.
They got the Swamp Ash specials coming in. Again, like this had to be, a marketing. Here's what I would like to know, and I don't know this and if you worked in this before, if you were at Best Buy, we'd love to know if this was a brainchild of the manufacturers or a brainchild of Best Buy. Was this pitched via like the manufacturer, like, listen,
right,
we think you can expand your business offerings by like yada yada yada, or was like there's somebody there who's like, I like guitars, I want to have them in my store.
What if we find out there's like a CEO fired over this? Like, that was a horrible idea. Like, get out of here. Maybe Donnie Rod's going to call us and be like, oh yeah, guys, I was at Best Buy for 2 years. Or that'd be really fun.
I was the business development head of the entire Florida wing, which would have been awesome.
I mean, it is like, I don't know. I wonder if it makes sense for like a Guitar Center to say, hey, we're going to have little mini stores in a Best Buy or in a shop like that.
Guitar
probably not.
They should have a Starbucks in there.
Yes.
That way, but then you have
or
a
a
lot more.
bar.
Yeah, you get the wives coming in there, and then I don't know. I don't want either of those.
My wife would absolutely, if there was coffee, if there was a coffee shop, a good coffee shop.
But here's the question. I bet Guitar Center and all these people know that they don't want that because usually the wife is not encouraging of these spontaneous purchases.
You don't take the game warden hunting with you.
No. You can come back with fake receipts and
Yeah.
empty guitar bags you show up with that are filled now. That's how you do it. I'm just taking my guitar to get restrung. New guitar day. It's how it goes. I mean, Derek, you got anything else you want to throw in this little ham hock that we're talking about?
We had one in my hometown, and my dad bought a Epiphone Les Paul Gold Top there.
So
That's how I know about it.
He's a veteron of the Best Buy circuit. The Best Buy music store.
Bronzeville, Ohio.
Because I was curious how like this came to your brain, like the fact that you knew about that. So he's just,
Somebody we know, I remember us talking to them.
gosh,
They were involved very heavily, I believe,
in like the business side of
in
this.
the business side of it.
Wow.
Somebody, one of our viewers that we've talked to before, was involved in this.
Because I mean, I will say, like from all the pictures and like all that I've heard, like it looks and sounds like it was a really well set up
looks neat.
operation.
I wish that all the Best Buy guitars had little BBs stamped on the back of the headstock.
Or is that, or
So
like
it's not B stock, it's
like,
Best Buy
like
stock.
branded, like
Branded.
burned in.
Branded.
Like this is Best Buy.
No, but
And
anyways.
that didn't happen, unfortunately. What's this picture?
The guy's getting down.
That guy's getting down in some manner.
Getting down.
I don't even know what kind of guitar
And
that is
khakis.
right now. I can't-
Doesn't matter.
That is the tricky
get
part.
R4.
Wait, but the other guy was dressed cool, right? Yeah, he had more of the.
Yeah. It's got the Chucks on.
I don't know. Did he work there? Or was he just jamming?
Sure he did.
I don't,
That's
it
like
is
his
tricky,
little bowling
but
shirt.
that's the problem. Did they make him wear like the silly outfits? Because that's
Probably.
and that's part of why like the big box retailers aren't doing as well. Because like I don't not just from the guys that I know, like they don't like the whole corporate feeling of any of this.
Well,
stuff.
there used to be a vibe to that when you went into shops like this. Like I can remember going into McFadden Music, and those guys would always have on the polo shirt tucked into their khakis,
Like,
And so
I
they were
work
killer
here.
players, but it didn't feel rock and roll at all. It was
No,
like, oh, okay.
Most independent guitar shops nowadays, like some of the older ones from the 80s and 90s are still maybe in that weird world, but it's run by people that don't want to have real jobs.
Yeah.
And like are independent minded, sort of like rogues, a little bit like troublemakers, and like everyone I've met from all the indie shops, like that's kind of their even the big ones, like you look at Music Villa, like Paul, he's like a fashion model on the side, Paul Decker, and then he runs a music shop in Bozeman, Montana in his spare time.
Our pal Todd Young was just there. Did you see that?
I don't think I did see
He wore
that.
his casino gear
Todd did that?
into Music Villa.
Well done.
And posted about it.
Into the enemy's camp.
I tell you what, I want to go to Music Villa because it looked awesome.
It is awesome, and it's in one of the most beautiful places in the universe. We were, my wife and kids, we were talking about possibly like as a family vacation going up to Yellowstone.
That'd be
next year.
smart. That'd be cool.
It's like, yeah, we had a few ideas, and that was one of them. She had some other ones that were way too expensive, but that's what wives do.
There's some Yellowstone TV show reenactments.
I want to be, what's his face?
Rip.
Yeah, we all want to be Rip. That's his name. Because my wife's already pretty much a real life Beth.
I could be Kevin Costner. He's pretty awesome.
He is amazing. And the movie, his Western Horizon movie, just came out on Max. HBO Max.
Did I read right that he said, oh, he would go back to Yellowstone now?
Oh, I didn't see that. Did you see?
Maybe I could have.
I hope so, because
Well, yeah,
I
'cause
think
it's not the same.
Horizon didn't do well. unfortunately, just because I think it's one of his epic things. It needs to have multiple things, and it's a bummer. It's kind of like the Best Buy music store, just didn't do as well as we were hoping.
Not quite.
But no, I think this, again, wrong timing, not realizing the margins on here. It's not being in North Carolina. Some huge catastrophic mistakes there, but it's just not. Yeah, the guitar shops are not. When you sell one of these things, you make a lot more money than when you sell one of these things.
I think this should have only sold guitars with like built-in technology, like Chaos pads. You know, those, like,
yes,
you know,
from Muse, of course. I know Bellamy's Chaos pads on his
or
guitar.
like, you know,
I want
guitars with built-in digital effects and, you know, random things.
Robot tuners only.
Yeah.
We put robot tuners on your Squires. The Squires are now
Electronics.
1,000. I think.
Missed opportunity.
It's a walk down memory lane. Hats off to those you guys that were involved. If you're watching this and you see this and you're involved, I never got to go on these, and I feel like I missed something in life.
Nothing but Firebird X's in the Best Buy.
You shush now. You with
Sorry.
the long hair and beard. No,
They want to pretend that never happened, but
I
it
know.
did. I remember.
Gibson
We
Cacaw.
remember.
Hats off to everybody that did this, and like
Yeah.
if you have some good memories of it, like let us know. Share it in the comments. Like this is fascinating. I can't wait to read and sort of see like what this was all like, because it's like
True.
something we missed. It's like kids today that don't understand like times before
We missed
cell
out.
phones.
We missed out.
We missed out on this thing. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the bell.
Have a great afternoon, and as always, peace be with you.
I'm off to Best Buy.
Best Buy it is.